everyone, I'm Jess and it's been a long time since I've posted anything on this channel. Work has gotten in the way, exams have gotten in the way, and I have not been reading at all, which is a bit of a problem when you're trying to do a booktubing channel. We're going to gear it up again and try and get better for this year because of course Kingdom of Ash is coming out very soon. I'm going to start rereading Throne of Glass pretty much today because I'm running out of time. I am trying to read through a couple of the arcs that I got at Yauk. Essentially I have been filming videos, not cutting them and posting them though, so it's been a bit of an issue of my timings and laziness at the moment. We will get there though. So my video today is kind of inspired by a similar set of postings on social media. So a couple of months ago Twitter posted by one of the Waterstones shops was a question surrounding multiple copies, and I think this was based towards textbooks for university courses. So do you have kind of a copy that is written in for notes and then a plain copy which will be sold on just to keep your head clear kind of thing? And that was quite an interesting point, and I then realised how many multiple copies I own. And then quite recently, I think it was on the Owlcrate Society Facebook group, somebody posted about it again and why they could justify to somebody owning another copy of the same book they already own. I think it was a bit of a partners discussion / argument they were having, and quite frankly I don't have the space to own as many multiple copies as I do, but the reason I own so many multiple copies is because I started collecting signed books. If I owned a book and then a signed book came out, I would buy the signed copy as well. If a signed copy is on pre-order, I'll pre-order it, and then if the author comes to the UK, I will buy another book to take to the signing, and it's happening a lot. So we're going to go amongst my shelves. You will have to excuse all the Funkos and candles and dust that is currently on them. And we're going to see quite how many multiple copies that I own and what are the reasons behind it, just to get an idea of what my buying habits are and really where I need to stop, I guess. So this is the first shelf we're going to look at today, and this, to start with, has got 4 copies of The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. I've got a signed copy of the Hazelwood arc, not personalised. I got that at Yauk 2017 and got it signed this year 2018. I have then got the paperback with blue sprayed edges, which is signed and personalised Melissa Albert, and that I kind of got because I thought blue sprayed edges, yum, like that. And then of course Fairy Loot and Owlcrate both did their special editions and I'm subscribed to them both, so I ended up with 4 signed copies of The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. Then, as you can see quite plainly, I've got 3 copies of Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I've got the regular sized paperback here in the UK, which is, I believe, signed and personalised. I've then got the collector's edition, signed and personalised, and then the large paperback, which is what it's kind of traditionally published in first here in the UK rather than a hardback. So 3 copies of that, all signed and personalised. I've then got 2 copies of Glass Sword. So I've got the Barnes & Noble hardback down here and the large paperback. The hardback is just signed, the paperback is signed and personalised. I have then got 2 copies of Warstorm. So I've got the pre-ordered one from Waterstones, which is just signed, and then I've got one which was blue sprayed edges from the event she did in the UK, so that's signed and personalised. Then I believe I've got 3 copies of The Last Namzara by Kristin Cicciarelli. So I have the arc that I got at Yauk in 2017. I've then got hidden away something that I managed to get my hands on very recently because I wasn't subscribed to it, is the Fairy Loot edition, which I absolutely loved. And then up here I've got the Goldsboro edition, which is signed and numbered. So hopefully she'll come and do an event some point soon so that I can get the arc signed. It would be really lovely. And I absolutely love this book, so I'm very disappointed to just have found out that The Caged Queen is not coming out in hardback here in the UK, so I might have to get a US hardback imported. However, I'm a bit worried that it might be a different size, but hey, we'll find out. Now, if we come down to the second shelf, this shelf is completely and utterly multiple copies. So if we go from left to right, we've got 3 copies of The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So hidden away in the corner, I have got the Owlcrate edition. I then believe that one of these is my Fairy Loot copy, which I didn't actually mount the signed bookplate into. I actually went and got it signed and personalised at Holly Black's event, which was really great. And then I've got the signed pre-order that I had from Waterstones as well, obviously not realising, very obviously, that both Owlcrate and Fairyloot were going to have that included. Now, let's go on to Pierce Brown's books. This is a bit of a minefield, so if we go by publishing order, I've got a copy of the Arc of Red Rising, which I got from Goodreads, which is signed and personalised. I have then got the UK hardback of Red Rising, which is not yet signed because I only managed to recently get hold of it just after he left from the Iron Gold tour. I'm planning on fully getting that signed at some point when it comes back. I've then got 2 copies of the US hardback. One is signed and then one is signed and personalised. I essentially just started buying the US hardbacks because they had a nice cover as well, and thought, you know, it'd be nice to have a signed personalised copy being the UK one and a signed one being the US one. However, when I first tried to get the signed or the UK hardback, it was just impossible to find. So then we go on to Golden Sun, the signed and personalised UK hardback, and then just a signed US hardback. Morningstar, signed and personalised UK hardback, and signed US hardback. And then we go on to the Sons of Ares comics. These ones came out next. So I've got the 6 individual comics in these folders here, and I went and got these signed at the Foils event for Iron Gold this year. And then I've got the hardback, which is signed as well, which has got all 6 of the comics together. And then, as you can see, I've got 4 copies of Iron Gold. Now I've got the US hardback, which is just signed, and then 3 copies of the UK hardback. Now one of these came in the Hot Escape Howlers edition box, and I spray painted that gold on the pages and got that signed and personalised at the Foils event. I have then got the Black Sprayed Edges Waterstones signed edition and the Red Goldsboro signed, and I believe numbered as well, Goldsboro edition. I then move on to Cassandra Clare Shadowhunters. Now this is the box set that's in the corner here, and I've got another edition of these that I'm actually intending to kind of trade away. So for the moment they're multiple copies, but I preferred these ones because of the spine art. And then City of Heavenly Fire I won't be getting rid of because that one's signed and personalised to me. So that's the actual multiple copy next to each other there. And then I've got City of Bones, the 10th anniversary edition down here. So they're kind of split up, but you can see them. And here we can see another multiple copy. I've got 2 copies of Wizards and Robots by will.i.am and Brian David Johnson. One is the Arc, which I can't bear to get rid of because it just looks fantastic, and then the signed hardback edition. So on this shelf we've also got 2 copies of The Smoke Thieves by Sally Green. We've got the Arc signed and I think personalised as well by her at YAUC 2018 this year. The Arc came from one of the Illumicrate boxes this year, and then I've got a Goldsboro signed edition of the hardback as well. We can also see that I have got hidden away 3 copies of Everless, yes. So I got the Arc, which is in the middle, at YAUC 2017, got it signed at 2018 this year. The hardback came with Fairyloot a couple of weeks early, and then there was the Red Sprayed Edges paperback in Waterstones that I saw and couldn't resist not having, so that one's signed and personalised. I've also got 2 copies of The Power of Six by Pittacus Law, which is in the IR number 4 series. I never intended to get signed or special edition copies of this series, but because there were like so many and they were coming out from Goldsboro recently, I decided to go back and try and collect as many of the early ones as I could. So this is another shelf that is purely multiple copies. I've got a signed paperback of The Assassin's Blade, as well as a hardback, non-signed, and then I've got hardback of Throne of Glass, and then a signed paperback of Throne of Glass, signed Crown of Midnight, and then a hardback as well. I've got 2 signed copies of Heir of Fire. I can't remember which of these ones are signed, but most of them in the paperback format are. I've then got the hardback as well. Queen of Shadows is down here somewhere, and there's the hardback. Empire of Storms I've got a signed copy of in hardback, and by this point I don't think the UK anyway you could get the signed paperback, so I've just got a plain paperback of that. Tower of Dawn I've got the hardcover. I've got the paperback down here as well, and also the paperback with sprayed edges, which is hidden away in there. Look at that. Then we go on to the Court of Thorns and Roses series. So I've got the hardback, paperback. And hidden down here somewhere, another paperback. One copy of Court of Mist and Fury here. Hardback there. 2 hardbacks of Court of Wings and Ruin. 1 paperback down here. 1 copy of Court of Frost and Starlight up here. 2 copies down there that you can't see because of the light. I think that was one was with the official artwork in the first page, and then another was from Illumicrate. So got all of those. Don't think there's any. Oh look, nope, we've got another. We've got The Vagrant by Peter Newman. 1 signed copy and then 1 signed and personalised copy. The last of this really tall shelf we've got hidden in a corner. I've got The Bone Season in a paperback and 2 hardbacks. The Mime Order in paperback and 2 hardbacks. And that pattern I think does continue. 2 copies of Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. All of these I think I have on this shelf. Essentially 1 signed and then 1 signed and personalised. I can't remember which order though. Nothing over here. This is a load of kind of paperbacks. I don't tend to have a lot of multiple copies in paperbacks. Maybe on this little Potter shelf of mine here though. Obviously this is the entire set of paperbacks, so I technically have 1, 2, 3 copies of the first book because, oh no, 4. So I've got the Slytherin edition, just a plain edition. I've got the Scots edition hidden away in here. And then the illustrated edition. 2 copies of Chamber of Secrets, normal and illustrated. 2 copies of Prisoner of Azkaban, normal and illustrated. I've actually got 2 copies of Quidditch of the Ages, so, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Oh no! I'm destroying everything. So I've got 2 here and then 2 down there, which is quite cute. Oh no! Fix it later, fix it later. So what else do I have? I've got 2 copies of Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu. The UK hardcover, which was not signed, and therefore I needed to get the US hardcover. Yep, I know, I'm just that mad. No multiples down there. None here. None here. I don't think there are any behind that either. As I said, I don't tend to collect multiple copies of signed paperbacks a lot. Let's go to the top shelf over here. I think I have 2 copies of The Fire Sermon. Yep, I do. A signed copy and then a signed and personalised copy. Oh, look at that. 3 editions of Caraval. So essentially I hunted down for the one with the clock underneath. That's signed and personalised. I also managed to get hold of the top hat from Tesco exclusive. That one is signed. And then I've got an exclusive Goldsboro. And essentially I requested from them a tent. I didn't care about the number, I just wanted the tent because those were all of the images I really wanted, and they gave it to me, so I've got 3 editions of that. Any multiple copies here? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Down here? No, no, no. Oh, Half Wild, Half Bad and Half Lost, which are down here. I've got the paperbacks of those somewhere, but I haven't kept them together because I've not read them yet. So this jumbledy kind of couple of shelves all around here are all books that I have not yet read, and therefore they're in no particular order. So here we've got The Malice and the Seven by Peter Newman, a signed copy and then a signed and personalised copy of each. Nothing. Oh look, two The Language of Thorns. One was a signed pre-order and one was a Fairy Loot exclusive. Down here, oh look, 3 copies of The Song Rising. Don't believe the paperback's actually signed yet. Just waiting to get that one signed. 2 copies of God's Grave over here. Black sprayed edges and then blue sprayed edges, I think. Down here we've got 2 editions of Queen of the Tearling. One is just normal, one is signed. I believe I have 2 copies of The Fate of Ten, and then the other one is somewhere, but I don't know where yet. I think it might be sitting in a box waiting to be traded away. Oh look, we are in a different room full of books. This is technically the office. It's being taken over as a bit of a library. I think I have another copy of The Rise of Nine back here. Let's see. Oh look, 3 copies of Catwoman by Sarah J Maas. Essentially I had the pre-ordered UK hardback, and then it came in the Illumicrate box for 1 month, which is sprayed edges, and then of course I got the Loot Crate hardback as well. So 3 copies of Sarah J Maas. Anything back here? Oh, I actually have a paperback of 3 Dark Crowns now, so that's another signed. And then normal one. Oh, State of Sorrow, yes, I forgot about that. I do have a paperback of that as well. That one was signed at the launch event, and this one is from Fairy Loot. Oh look, there's 3 Dark Crowns. Grace and Fury. See, I know I've got another one of that somewhere. And I believe that was because it also came, so both Fairy Loot and Owlcrate did them, but on different months, which was interesting. Let's have a skippy across and see if we can see it. I don't think I have any multiple copies back here anywhere. There's the paperback of State of Sorrow. There's Half Lost. Half Bad's hidden behind it. Let's have a think. There's Half Wild. Oh, I have 2 copies of Even Man. I've got one signed and personalised. You can see the second copies down there. I don't think I have too many multiple copies back here, you know, which is quite good of me. I'm sure that I have 2 copies of A Darker Shade of Magic. I'm sure I do. Because I think I have the special edition and then a normal one. But I don't think I can try and, you know, get that out for you today because it's just hidden away a little bit. There we are. As I said, I apologise for all of the stuff that's in the way, so you can't really see the books, and I also apologise for my shoddy cameramanship as I kind of go around that. It's just kind of aim of getting it done quickly and also discovering for myself what ones I have. I have more, actually, now that I think about it. I have 2 copies of Traitor to the Throne by Alwyn Hamilton, which I've just noticed. And then I think I'm going to end up with 2 copies of Tempest of Slaughter as well, because I've got the ARC at the moment. And I've pre-ordered a hardback signed, so more and more coming in every day. Essentially, yeah, as I said before I started, it's one of those things of becoming a signed collector. You end up with possibly a normal copy, then a signed copy that you've gotten or stumbled across somewhere, and then maybe even an event you've seen them, so you get a personalised copy. Please leave me with some comments as to your habits when it comes to buying, keeping or receiving multiple copies. If it's a certain book you do it for, if it's a certain author, if it's a certain reason or kind of publishing format. It's just fascinating to hear and read about, and you know, my reason is signed books, simple as that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!